Some people watch the videos I've posted so far. And the last one I had this backdrop, which was more in focus than me. And probably still is. I'm not sure. I didn't build this, with the exception of Cardboard Gods and, well, I guess Cadence Weapons record and the Remembering the Vine zine that, I don't know if I should say who put that out. It's kind of a secret. The number of people that are left out there that can and are willing and are excited to talk about obscure but valuable music is incredibly small. I don't know how many of us there are worldwide, but it just is so disheartening to me when I see them fighting over such a tiny little crust of bread. Because in trying to get paid for that knowledge, which we accrued of our own free will, we're just creating stratification that's completely unnecessary. There's just not enough to go around. There's not enough for there to be a Spin, Pitchfork, Rolling Stone, and there wasn't even enough for there to be a Blender, Magnet, or Alternative Press, but now, forget it. What do you... The Quietus, Drown in Sound, Consequence of Sound. There are like 36 legitimate, structurally legitimate contenders to something like Pitchfork that just lack the brand cachet and the access. The fact that Pitchfork's audience numbers are so high allows them to just completely lord that over PR companies and bands and decide who gets access to their audience. Unfortunately, they tend to cyclically decide that that's Animal Collective and M83. I don't fucking need to see either of those bands ever again for the rest of my goddamn life. I love M83. I love that dude. I mean, in a way, he's kind of like a shoegaze Kanye West. So Pitchfork has their agenda. They have their bands they're trying to, co-locate with in terms of audience. But it's got such a novelty bias. It's so skewed toward what's occurring now. E.g. bands that are likely to release new albums soon that will result in a PR blitz that they can, use to feed their the structure of their website. BuzzFeed and all these other aggregators of novelty are guilty of the same thing. Girls Against Boys, Tropic Scorpio, 1992, made in France. I have no idea why. Adult Swim Records. Tons of people my age remember this record. Absolutely nobody, I don't even know if anybody in their 20s has happened across this record. Why would they? How are we going to figure out a way that we can not browbeat you and tell you that you're a fucking idiot for never having heard this record, which isn't even that good, but that you should take the time to just check it out? It shouldn't be a binary situation. It shouldn't be this either is or isn't worth keeping alive. There are a ton of people that know about all this stuff, but they're not sharing it with the kids who don't. They're just fighting each other for the chance to write about fucking Chief Keef. Rad. I don't have that many 10-inch sleeves, so the backside of the Priest They Call Them is a really kind of beautifully packaged Magic Hour 10-inch with Permanent Green Light on the B-side. Pretty good recording of it. It's pressed on like crazy thick 78 style vinyl. It's wonderful. It was on Che, who for about 8 months in 1994 were huge. They had the sampler come out, the CD sampler with like 18th Guy and Yurusei Yatsura, and it was really great. Anybody who was in college radio in the 90s had that Che sampler and kept it. I think I have it somewhere, but I don't have it right now. You got Snapcase. What's up? You know what I'm talking about, Rochester? Represent. I'll see you at the Bug Jar. The disco version of Our Swimmer. This is some really embarrassing shit. It's a slowed down, drawn out disco, Oompa Oompa version of Our Swimmer. It's god fucking awful. And you know that because it was put out in a cheap ass cardboard folded gloss sleeve. Spacemen 3 is recurring. This is their breakup album. This is when Sonic Boom and J Spaceman basically did 2 EPs in different studios, and Dedicated was like, well, yeah, it's a Spaceman 3 album. Well, it wasn't. It's a spiritualized EP, and it's a Sonic Boom EP. And they're both pretty well fantastic. But most people don't even know what this record is. Most people don't own this, because it was, if you were like a Spaceman 3 fan, this was just garbage. But, you got all the same notes here. You got When Tomorrow Hits, Hypnotized, Feeling Just Fine, Head Full of Shit. These are not new topics. So maybe topically it's tired, but sonically it's not. It's actually a really fascinating record. I'm not sure how, the way we're set up right now, we could possibly convey the value of this record in a true, honest way to the people reading our websites. Isn't there a way that I can make you interested in this record without, subjecting you to some 5,000 word treatise on why it matters and nothing else does? Do you have to sift through some computer-generated algorithm from Pandora or Spotify to find this record? How can I help you find this record? This record's not going to change your life. But this record is worth interrupting your day for. And I don't really think there are 5 records released every fucking day that are worth interrupting your life for. I mean, seriously, you're going to get paid $150 for 1,000, 2,000 words? All you have to do is say, I'm worth more than that, and not do it.